Yo, what's up everybody? It's your boy Floss, back again with another video. And today we're going to do a quick unboxing of the Apple iPad mini. Alright, now this is the 64 gig 3G version. So let's pop it open and see what it looks like. Now first off, if you bought anything from Apple, you already know you're getting that quality presentation. Y'all know I like a nice box, and this is a nice box. So let's open it up and see what it looks like. Now, normally when I do these videos, I already open it up and play with the product first, but today we're doing live unboxing. All right, so we got the plastic off. Let's open it up and see what it looks like. Now, once you pop it open, you see the actual device right here. Drop that out. Inside, your little startup book, usual bullshit. You get the lightning adapter, and you get the plug to plug it in the wall. So that's it. Nice, simple packing, simple but effective. All right, looks nice. Now keep in mind, for the 64 gig version, it's gonna run you $659. You heard that right, $659. All right, so let's take the plastic off and see how it feels and see what it looks like. Now, let's see if there's any juice on this one. Okay, so we're gonna power it up. In the meantime, let's look around it first and see what it looks like. Just off the top, I can tell you that it looks beautiful. This is the black version. Now, I got big hands, but it's easy to hold in the hand. Now, it's a little bit wider than your average 7-inch tablet that's out right now, but I think that's what makes it different than everything else out. So, first of all, on the top, let's see, we got a 3.5 millimeter headphone jack, the usual. We got the power on and off button. Then on the right side, you got the volume up and down. You got your screen rotation lock. You can insert your micro SIM right here. On the bottom, you got two speakers, and you got your lightning jack adapter right here. That's how you plug it in. On the left side, you got nothing. Also on the front, you got a 1.2 megapixel camera that shoots 720 HD, I believe. Don't quote me on that, but I believe it's 720. And on the back, you got a 5 megapixel camera with autofocus, and it takes 1080p HD videos. So let's turn it on and see what it looks like. All right, so we got to set this one up. We'll do English. Okay, we'll skip all of this stuff and set it up later. Well, like I said, we'll set it up later and all that. We'll get into all the apps and all that in the real review. But right now, we'll just do an unboxing and just give you my first impressions on it. Now, y'all know I don't get really heavy with specs and all that, but of course, since it's the unboxing, I will throw a couple of specs at y'all. The height is 7.8.7. The width is 5.3 inches. It got a 7.9 display. Resolution 1024 by 768. Dual core A5 chip. Blah, blah, blah. All the usual. But basically, you want to know, how does it feel? How does it look? Is it worth copping? Now, especially for that price. Now, 64 gig, you're talking about $700 basically. But this is the 3G Wi-Fi. Now keep in mind, if you want to just get one and you just want to have one, you could get the 16 gig Wi-Fi joint, and that one will run you $350. But $700 for this, I don't know. I gotta use it for a while and see, but basically it feels good though. And one thing I do like about it is it's wider than the average 7-inch tablet, so it gives a better feel in your hand. You know, it doesn't feel as narrow. Now, if you like iOS, this might be something you definitely want to check out. Now, am I going to say run out and go get the 64 gig? That depends. I mean, if you like iOS, you probably already got an iPad. You probably already got an iPod. You probably already got an iPhone or whatever. So, whatever, you might not need 64 gigs. You know, me, I just like to get the big boy one, so we rolling with 64 gigs. The back, you can see already that it's a fingerprint magnet. Already a bunch of prints on it, but the Apple logo is blacked out, so it looks kind of nice, looks different. Got the camera right there. Has this kind of like rubberized material on the top. I ain't gonna front it. It feels nice. Now, once I get this up and running, we'll make a couple more videos on it, but it definitely feels nice. Definitely. This is something that, now look, I know what y'all gonna say in the comments. Yo, don't you always do Android videos and this and that? Look, if you're gonna call yourself a tech lover and you wanna be heavy in this tech game, you gotta snap out of that shit of thinking that everything from Android is the best, everything from Apple sucks. Everything from Apple is the best, everything from Android sucks. That's not how it works. It's okay to have Android, Apple, Microsoft, BlackBerry. You can have more than one product and you can like more than one product. And anybody who rock with my channel, y'all know, with me, I like anything that's hot. All right, and right now this feels like it's hot on a scale of 1 to 10, fresh out the box, but just going by the way it looks and feels, I'm giving it a solid 9. Now, I hear a lot of people complaining about the display, saying that, you know, it's a low resolution display, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I mean, every year, of course, everything that comes out is going to have a better display than the last product. But, you know, that's a valid point because you got the Nexus 7 out now that has a better display than this, and it's cheaper. So now, do I recommend going and get the Apple iPad, the Mini, or do I recommend getting the Nexus 7? Personally, I would say get the Nexus 7. But if you got an iPhone and you got an iPad and you got a Mac computer and you want to keep all your products Apple, then don't go out and get a Nexus 7 just because, you know, the display is a little bit better. No, go get the iPad Mini. It's still going to have the same, it's still going to have all of the, you know, Apple iOS features that you like on it. And it's still going to look hot. Point blank. Now, it's going to take a few minutes to activate this. I was trying to bring it up and show y'all some apps and all that. That's part of the reason why normally I don't like to do live unboxings. I like to set up everything so I can have stuff to show y'all, but it is what it is. All right, so it's going to take a while to set this up with 3G and all of that. So, like I said, we'll do that in the next video. But like I said, fresh out the box, I can't even front. This is a definite 9. It's very light. It feels great. Once you put a nice case on it, it's going to feel even better. But I can't stress how the wide feeling, you know, keep in mind that it's, you know, 5.3 wide. That makes a big difference. It feels like holding a big tab, but smaller, if that makes any sense to you. Now, you know, when you hold the Nexus 7 is kind of like holding a big Galaxy Note. You see, now this is a lot wider. Now, of course, I'm not comparing the Note to the iPad Mini, but you got to feel what I'm saying. It's a wider tab. Like, this is the widest tab that's out right now. Most of the 7-inch tabs, basically all of them actually, they're not this wide. They're a little bit more narrow. So the iPad Mini definitely looks like a go. Once I get it up and running, we'll do a couple more videos on it. But just off the top, I can tell you I'm definitely feeling the size and the shape and the design. And of course, it's Apple, so you already know all your apps going to work on it. You're going to connect it to your iTunes, all your music going to be right on it. And it's going to be a good look. All right, so that's what it is. Scale of 1 to 10, I'm giving it a 9 out the box. Now, a lot of people say, yo, you rate stuff too high. Like, you know, I always rate stuff a 9, a 10, or whatever. And part of that is because I'm not just running around buying every product that's out. I'm not going to go and get some Toshiba tab just so I can say, okay, this is the new Toshiba. This tab is a 6. If I already know it's a 6, why am I going to go and buy it? You know, keep in mind that my channel, we're not sponsored over here. Everything we buying is buying out of our pocket. So, of course, before I buy something, I'm going to do a little research on it, and it got to be something that I already got a feeling is going to be a go or not. That's why you don't see me go out and buy all of these little cheap, you know, these little overnight tablets that you never heard of, these Acer tabs and all of that. You know, you could go and get those for $200 or whatever, but, you know, for me, it's not worth it. You could just look at the specs and already tell that it's not going to be top of the food chain or whatever. So that's why I rate stuff pretty high, because everything I get is basically top of the food chain. Now, whether you like Apple or not, the Mini is definitely right up there at the top of the 7-inch tab game. And actually, you can't even call it a 7-inch tab. It's really almost an 8-inch tab. It's wider. It has iOS. Everything works on it. Dual-core processor. I mean, the only downfall I can see out the box is the resolution. You know, I said that's the only thing I keep hearing everybody talking about is the resolution. But when I use it in Apple, and I'm using it right now, it's a little bit dull. It's not as bright and vibrant, but it's not enough to make me say, okay, this shit is whack. The display is not that bad. Now, $700 for this, though, that I have a little problem with. You know, that's a little bit high for 64 gig. But, you know, keep in mind, you know, these products, they pretty much hold their value. So you spend $700 on it now. When it's time to trade it in, they ain't going to be, you know, trying to give you $100 for it. You're going to be able to recoup a lot more than you recoup on a 16 gig joint. All right, so you got to look at it like that. Plus, if you got a lot of music and all that, store everything on it. Shout out to everybody that rock with me on Facebook, Foursquare, Twitter, Google+. Shout out to all the Google gangsters. I see y'all on that Facebook page. Shout out to everybody hitting me up on Voxer. And as usual, shout out to everybody that rock with me on Instagram. Y'all know that's where I be at full-time, 100%. All right, and y'all know I'm following everybody back. It's your boy Floss. I'll catch up with y'all on the next trip. I will be doing the iPhone 5 videos next week. You know, it's the holiday season, and y'all know I'll be out making moves and all that. But I will do the iPhone 5 video. I will do some comparisons between the Note and the iPhone and the S3 and the iPhone and everything else that's hot. Got a couple of other videos I'm going to do today, actually, once I put this iPad down. And we just keep it moving, all right? Deuces.